Welcome back to the Frog Stab YouTube channel. So last episode, it's gonna be the same day, believe it or not. We got the intake manifold installed. Today, we're going to put in the distributor and apparatize some sort of fuel system. So we'll see what we decide to do when we get into that. So the more and more I dive into this truck, the more it seems like maybe it had a factory FI. I don't know. Fuel lines are kind of telling me that, like, all this is for the throttle body. This is for vacuum shit that I'm not even gonna try. Like, all this is throttle body. It's got like a math sensor. To hell with all that. So we'll get the distributor put in. We'll run all that, and then theoretically we can throw the carb on here and we can just fill the bowls with fuel and we can see if it'll just fire and go. So we'll get into that. Here we go. We are going to install our distributor. I have somebody previously marked it. I couldn't tell you. I marked it. That's number one. I'm gonna it's not pointing at number one. All you guys are gonna immediately freak out, but that's okay. Let's see. I gotta find a little shaft. Make sure these fall right into place. It's right here somewhere. I thought it should be. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is in. I'll install the little lockdown plate. I'll leave it loose because I'm going to have to adjust upon some timage. That's okay. And then I'll have to go through, do the good old firing order of a small block Mopar. Not a big deal, it's the same as a Chevrolet. And that's how you know it's good. We got the distributor in. That was a bit of a struggle. Not too big of a deal. We got it in. I can still move it if I got to advance or retard the timing a little bit. Plugged into all the cylinders. I'm ready to mount this carburetor. I got everything on. This is a little flashy, but it's just what you got to do. Obviously, there's not a thermostat in there because I would get the right one, but the parts store got me the wrong one. So we'll go grab the carburetor. Hook up a fuel pressure regulator. It might be the wrong one, but we'll make it the right one. These guys, basket for that. All right, here we go. This is a big moment. A really big moment. Gonna go on perfect. Look at that. She's on. Perfecto. Now we've got carburetage. We got the fuel making happener on here. Now we just gotta fill it full of fuel and see if it'll start. That's stuff in theory, right? Will that happen? Time will tell. As many of you don't know, the Brawler is basically a Holly, okay? It's just a good cheap route. If you don't have the funds for a Holly, which it was a lot easier to get this, probably could have sent the factory one back in. It was a Holly, but I didn't. I opted not to. Taking it back to carburation. I do have a mechanical fuel pump because this has a block-off plate that I might install. So the table, the option is still there. Grab a wrench and that thing's installed. All right, so I got the distributor in, got it in time. It's timed up. Carburetor's on. Obviously, I don't have fuel on it, but I got the bowl full. I'm gonna have to fabricate a throttle cable, but that's okay. We're gonna go see if she fires up. We'll give it a couple whacks. See what we got. could have a little bit of tuning. Needs exhaust big time. It's got big time gasket issues. Not a problem. All right, so she runs. Super excited. That was the whole reason I went with a carburetor, because I really didn't want to deal with the throttle body. You guys can hate. I really don't care. It runs. First time it's ran since I've owned it, and I've owned it for quite a while now. And I'm going to, next I'll do some headers to it. I just wanted to make sure it ran. Some other guy did heads to it. I don't really trust his work. Everything's kind of checking out. Now that it can run and I got it to start, I got to work on, like I said, a throttle cable and then a fuel system. I think I'm going to try the mechanical pump. I'll disconnect some fuel lines here, get rid of a few here, and I just got to work on getting a fitting. All right, so we got some updates. I've got some big updates. So we've got the carburetor on here. I've got fuel lines. I was able to put a mechanical pump back on it. Pump works. Now I'm getting fuel from the tank to here. And so somebody that worked on this before really didn't really go over much. So a lot of things are just kind of half done. Like I got to go underneath in the fuel tank area. I'm going to hook up my little clickety clacketer and figure out if I'm even pulling fuel and whatnot. Probably not, actually, because I bet you this is a bucket style and there's not a draw straw. 100% that's the issue. So I'm gonna have to pull the tank down. Even more excited. Let's go. So I'll work on doing that. The more and more I've dug into this, I do think this factory came with the throttle body, because you have the fuel return, the feed, and the vent up here. So I do think that this was factory, which is interesting, but she runs like a freaking cherry with the carburetor, so who would have thought? All right, so I'm at a kind of a standstill. I'm gonna see if I can't find a fuel module for that, because I need a draw straw style. I can make that work if I have to, but I'm just kind of running out of time at the moment. So the only other things I gotta do, I gotta get a port for the water neck. I gotta get a thermostat and a belt for the alternator, because I took out the AC compressor and they claim these guys, Wyan says that it will not work with this, which it might not. It might clear now that I have this style water neck. We'll figure that out at a later date, but we're gonna start this thing up and we're gonna try and drive her out. I don't know if the transmission works. The shift juice says that it looks good. There's a gnarly leak underneath. That's just self-lubrication. So let's see what we can figure out here. Let's see. You just breathe on the key and it'll start. Oh, shoot. Number 2. Fuel line's tight. Should fire away. Dialed in, ready to go. Let's see if it'll move. We got reverse? We got reverse! We got drive! Let's go. Alright, well that's going to do it for this video. Look for the next one. We'll be doing a fuel tank. We'll get that all apparatized and put some coolant in it. See if the dude actually did a decent job. See if it leaks coolant. Who knows? Who's to say? So that's what we got for this next video. Pretty hyped. It drives. The transmission's funky. It probably needs some shift juice. Not a big deal. So it moves. That's all that matters. Get a little burnout in the rocks, but hey, go figure. So that'll do it for this video. You guys stay froggy, stay fresh, and catch you in the next one.